So here we are, Monday afternoon, Joe Gibbs Racing, here to find out who's going to take Tony Stewart's spot in that 20 car with Greg Zipadelli as crew chief. It's a championship contender. Will they give it to Joey Logano? Hey, are they going to pull off a surprise with Juan Pablo Montoya? Strange things happening over at the Chip Ganassi camp. Wouldn't be surprised if they don't have a surprise for us here. Let's go inside and see what Joe and JD have to say. And maybe we can get them to talk a little bit about the latest dust-up at Bristol last weekend between Kyle Busch, the #1 driver on this team this year with 17 National Touring wins for NASCAR, and Carl Edwards. Ford versus Toyota, Kyle Busch versus Carl Edwards, Jack Roush versus the Gibbs. Hey, this could be a heck of a championship fight for the next 12 to 14 weeks.
At this time, what I'd like to do is bring up the Senior VP and Chief Marketing Officer at the Home Depot, Frank Bifolco. Frank, why don't you come on up?
Thank you. Hopefully my feet will reach the ground here. Thank you, JD, for that introduction. I can only tell all of you that this is an exciting day for the Home Depot. Just about a little over 10 years ago, we made our first foray into the great sport of NASCAR and associated ourselves with certainly a winning team, Joe Gibbs Racing, and a winning driver, Tony Stewart. And over that 10 years, that association delivered 2 championships and 22 wins, and we couldn't be more proud of that. That said, Tony's moving on, and we wish him continued success. And we're extremely delighted to be maintaining our association with what we think is one of the most professionally run organizations in racing, Joe Gibbs Racing. Not only that, but now we feel we'll be associated with a driver that's joining this team to help us usher in the next era of winning for Joe Gibbs Racing and the Home Depot, and that's Joey Logano. We're delighted to have him. We feel he's not only a skilled driver already at the ripe old age of 18, but he exudes the values and the principles and the integrity that we certainly believe in as a brand and a business. And so when I look at now Joe Gibbs Racing with Joey Logano and the Home Depot, we're extremely delighted and gratified to continue with our NASCAR association and participation in a sport that at the end of the day helps us more strongly connect to our customers. And at the end of the day, that's all what it's about for us. And not only our customers, but to JD's point, our 320,000 associates who quite candidly get inspired when they know that we're with a winning team like Joe Gibbs Racing and now with a winning driver, Joey Logano.
Any further ado, bring up, we think, a great driver who in the brief history with this past 3 years has shown consistently on the track and off, he has what it takes to be a driver, competitive at the cup level for years to come. And so we look forward to winning many championships and races together with the Home Depot team and our newest driver, Joey Logano. Joey, why don't you come on out, man?
All right, man. Thank you.
Well, I definitely couldn't be more excited to be here today and jumping in this 20 car. It's been a dream come true. Always watching this car, watching Greg Zip and all the guys working and Tony working on the thing, and couldn't be more excited getting in a car like this. And then representing Home Depot and over 300,000 associates, couldn't really ask for anything better. So looking forward to working with all the guys. Kyle and Benny are awesome guys to work with. So that'll be real neat. And then working with Joe and JD like we have been for 3 years. Hopefully we can continue success here at the 20 car.
I think the reality is when you watch everything he did in each series he was in, running last year, winning the championship with us there, and then really watching him test with our guys. When you sent Zippy and his crew to test with them, I think what you saw is a guy who's the talent's there. Now we'll have to work with them. There's a lot of stuff. I'm not worried about the on-track stuff. It's just much of the off-track stuff. That's a lot required of a young man, to be doing all that. But I think with his family surrounding him and our guys too, I think we'll be in good shape.
We lean, first of all, heavily on Zippy, and I think Zippy, from day one, felt like Joey had the talent to get this done. But then we also had a meeting, and it was very revealing for me because Tom came over and Joey came over, and we were just going to discuss with them just that. Hey, what do you think about this? Do you think it's too quick? Would you rather spend more time? Would you rather have somebody that's a veteran, maybe splitting time with you, coaching you up? We discussed all that. And what was really revealing in that meeting And Tom really started off, but then he said, I want Joey to tell you what he thinks. And the bottom line was, Joey said, hey, be quite truthful. Every minute you take away from me in the car, I think I would be gaining experience. He says, I don't think I would benefit from having somebody else coaching me up or in the car and splitting races. And it was real revealing for me and JD as we sat there and listened to him, because I think what it was, even though Joey's 18, real mature, this is what I think. I've thought a lot about this. This is what I want to do.
You know, I think the biggest thing, he's very open-minded. He's not afraid to move around. He'll take what he has and do the best with it. Just, you know, from what we've done so far, it's been a lot of fun. It's been, like I said before, energizing to start over, have to start thinking differently, having to react differently. I mean, obviously he's going to want and needs different things than what we're used to in a race car, because he's a different person, he's a different driver style. So, but overall, I think he's done a phenomenal job in everything we've asked him to do so far.
So there's a lot I have to learn too, and I say it's a lot. Racing is a lot of little things that make it. You know, so I mean, there's going to be little things every time I go to racetrack. Still, I learn something. I think I should be like that the rest of my career, even when I'm an old guy still racing. You know, it's a long ways down the road, but you know, as long as you're still learning stuff, I think that's good. You know, whether it's about the race car, about racing other cars, about a racetrack, anything. I think anytime you can learn something, it's going to be great. So I can't say there's one certain thing I'm going to have to learn more, but I think as long as I pick up something every time I go to the racetrack, it's going to be great.
From our standpoint, as far as myself and my guys, the team, I think that we'll be able to help them with the distance of these races and the patience and those things. I think that's the part that you just have to go out and do and learn how hard you have to run at the beginning, know what you need at the end, and those will be some of the things that I think we'll be able to help them with, just from going to the racetrack and being through situations, knowing how the racetrack changes, what to expect. I mean, I think we can share those things with them to help them, you know, have an idea of what to expect throughout the day. I think are the biggest things. But I mean, it's going to be fun. It's going to be learning for both of us. Like Joe said, that's kind of what life's about, you know.
And that's the story from Joe Gibbs Racing Monday afternoon, 2 days after the Bristol dust-up between Carl Edwards and Kyle Busch. Mike Mulhern for the Winston-Salem Journal, journalnow.com.